Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to ya. Happy Friday to ya. Happy Friday. I'm so excited it's Friday. I really am because it's been a long week. And then on top of that, I I just for some reason I'm excited about the month of November. I'm already like thinking ahead about the next month. But I'm pretty excited. And then my daughter's excited because all things Halloween is here. So I'm going to tell you guys, I have on a hat tonight. I wasn't planning to wear this hat, but I thought this is probably the last time I could wear this hat with the texture and stuff that it is because it's getting cold here. So this is like something I wanted to wear. This is probably the last time I could wear this hat for the season. I don't know though. I kind of make my own rules now when it comes to I don't follow the dress code rules. I kind of do my own thing. And then I got my little paisley going. You guys see that? Is paisley played out? It can't be because it reminds me of Prince, and all things Prince is still fabulous in my eyes. So I got my paisley going on. I got my hat, and I am feeling in a mood. I don't know. I think I'm very tired. So let me just say, I'm kind of like slap happy, but don't try to slap me. So who is in the chat tonight? Who is in the chat? We have, wait a minute, hold up. I saw a mail to the B. Mail was up in here. She beat Keisha in here. How about that? She says, happy Friday, Shay and Divas, and happy Friday, gentlemen in the house or in the bushes. Hope everyone had a restful and productive week. Okay, very good. Thank you, Mel. I appreciate that. It was a productive week, but geez Louise, it was very long for me. So if you're coming in, like and share and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. All right, all right. Oh, we have my girl, Kate. Hey, Kate, how are you? Kate, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Just chatting it up with you. Okay, who else do we have in here? We have Cookie. Hello, how are you? We have, let's see, I'm scrolling. The real MVP. She's saying hello to everyone in the Divalicious fam. How are you? Let's see. Who else do we have? It's like Keisha. Here she is. Hey, Keisha. How are you? Keisha is on it as usual. We have Jamie. How are you, Jamie? We have Perfectly Pamela. Happy Friday, Diva fam. You know, Perfectly Pamela, you're up on my email right now that I didn't send yet. How are you? We got J to the C. How are you? Calamity Jane. I love saying that. You have this video out. It's a thumbnail that you look too adorable on there. I was like, that's a good thumbnail. Love that. Let's see. Thank you, MVP. The real MVP, I should say. Who else do we got in here? I don't want to miss anybody. Wait a minute. Wait a second. We got Doses of Shani. How are you? How are you? Let's see. Doses of Shani. I love that name too. Wait a minute. Hold up. We got Miss Brenda. Miss Brenda. When I greet everybody in the chat, I gotta shout you out. She says, I agree. It was a long week. I could not wait to log out of work today. I know this was a long week for me because we have state testing. It's kind of stressful. Some of the kids get stressed out about it, so that was my stressful week. But let's see. You said, oh, okay, Harjarine and Hamani helped you improve your thumbnail game. I love that. All right. So before I come back to Miss Brenda, I'm going to write that down because I'll forget. Jeez Louise. Miss Brenda. Okay. All right. So before I do that, I just want to make sure you guys are aware that tomorrow I'm having a menopause party. And we got my girl Mel in the house. We got my girl, I call her Dr. Bobby, but Bobby. And then we have Kate in the house. How are you, Kate? So we're gonna be talking about all things menopause. We're gonna make it fun. We're gonna it's just gonna be like a girl power, I should say, woman power to the upteenth power, to the fourth power, right? Because it's 4 of us. So, and I love the title, Still Hot. We still got it going on. I just can't wait to talk about, my little journey. And I have a little bit of an update since I, told you guys about my doctor rejected my hormone panel. I got a little update about that. So I'm excited to talk about it. It came up so quick. I was thinking of a date. I had so much going on. The big ideas I had in my head, time kind of ran out for that. And I was like, I'm going to get this done before October, because October, did you guys know? I think it was last Saturday? It was World Menopause Day, like internationally. So I thought I'm going to do this menopause party in October. And so before October gets out of here, I know next week people are doing all things Halloween. I just had to jump on that. So hopefully you will come and check us out. I'm excited. To talk to these ladies about our menopause journey. So I love that. So another thing I wanted to ask, Miss Brenda, is I think it was her birthday, and I did not know it was her birthday. When was your birthday? Can you put that in the chat? And where is Miss Brenda? I saw her. Okay, so Miss Brenda, she did a thing. And since we are family up in here, we got to celebrate that she went on her channel. Like, she already had a channel with some videos on there, but she recently posted a video. And that video was so heartfelt. And I'm not going to give it away because I want people to go and watch it. But I'm kind of like, let me look on my phone and see where I'm at in the process, because I'm not all the way done watching it. Let's see if it's going to show me. Okay, so yeah, so I'm probably have like 10, maybe less than 10 minutes to go on the video. It's so real, it's so raw. So go and check Miss Brenda Marlene out. Let me see if the video is up on my. So I was watching it, and then I switched over to my phone because I had to move around. So yeah, so Miss Brenda, put your little link in the chat so people could go and check out your video. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud that you took that leap and you did it. You did it. And really your first video, getting it out, which this is not your first video, but maybe talking about this and being so vulnerable about it all, your first video is going to be, like you're going to feel like a sense of relief. Like, I can do this. I hope you feel that. Like, I can do this. Another thing I think sometimes you might feel is like, did I share too much? Did you feel like that? Did I share too much? And I think when you feel like that, I think you did not. I think if you felt like you shared too much, you probably shared just the amount you should have. And I think it's a good thing, right? Because so many people are going to be able to relate to what you talked about. So I am excited for you. Let this let this be like a great start to your, continuing your journey and all things that are going on with you. So I love that. I love that. Okay, so I think we have a couple more people, maybe one other person that came in the chat, and then we'll get started. We're going to get started with an icebreaker. Okay, so wait a minute. Oh, and Michelle's Mirror, how are you? How are you? I thought somebody else. I'm like, I see somebody else come in here. Michelle's Mirror, good to see you. Okay, so tonight, Friday nights are the date nights. And it's so funny because, I said, I need to start dating. When I started talking about dating on Friday, I thought I was ready, and then I thought I wasn't. And so now I don't know, but I'm going to tell you guys, you know what? You know how I joke around and say my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard? Well, this week it has. Oh my goodness. Like, let me tell you, the first thing is I got to be quiet because my daughter's going to hear this. She might be listening in. She's all the way downstairs. But so I had to drop her off somewhere, and the person, it was a guy. He was nice looking guy. And I was like, let me look and see if he has like a ring on his finger or anything. And he really did. I didn't remember seeing that. But I mean, when I tell you, he looked at me up and down, and he didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything. And I thought, if he, I'm going to see what he does when I see him a little bit later. And I saw him a little bit later, and I was just thinking, like, should I flirt or should I not? And then I just thought, one of the rules I've had since I've started teaching is, I don't talk to the kids' parents. If they're separated and all that, their uncles. I've had people say, my uncle, thinks you're pretty, wants to date you. My cousin, my this, my that. I don't do that. I've always stayed away from that. And so I feel like, this guy is kind of like too close to what my daughter got going on. And so I was like, dang, even if I wanted to, I could not. So that was one thing. But it was nice to be like looked at and appreciated, right? And it's another one that is always saying something and doing that. But that this guy caught my eye. He caught my eye back. And then, I had to go and I went in Dunkin' Donuts a couple mornings. And well, actually I only went inside the one time. I had to go in today because they messed up my order yesterday. And so I had to go back in today. I'll talk a little bit more about that on Sunday, what I ate and what I got and all that. But and so I had to go in there. So it was these two guys. They were like construction workers. It's like the stereotypical construction worker story. So, I go in there, now I'm going to work. So, but Friday is a little bit more casual for work, So I go in there and I'm picking up an order. So the guy, I saw him just looking. So he said, he was like, you look very pretty today. And I said, he's like, I'm sure you just look pretty all the time. And I said, thank you. I appreciate that, and he was like, he's like, you're welcome. So he tried to keep the conversation going, but I turned around and wasn't paying attention. And again, I'm right near my school. So I'm thinking this could be one of my kids, uncles, brothers, cousins. I wasn't trying to entertain it, but it was just nice to be flirted with. And I thought, should I step my toe in the water? I don't know. I'm still like in limbo. I still don't know if I'm really ready to date. So I just had to share those stories. A lot of times I get, looks and stares and this and that, following me around in the store, but not saying anything. So I thought, I don't know. I thought, am I going to like, some of the things that we talked about is like showing that you're interested, and I just thought, I don't know if I'm ready. I really don't. I don't know if I'm ready to be like trying to date somebody. I just don't know. So, geez, Louise, I don't know. But let's figure this out because our little game is called Swipe Right or Run. And I thought, if I was on a date app, what would I do? Would I swipe right or would I keep it going? Okay, so wait, we have a couple more people that entered the chat. Let's see. Okay, wait, Miss Brenda, let me say hello to Ruth. Oh, you have a picture. How cute. Ruth's healthy lifestyle. I love that. Happy Friday, Dee Dee, and everyone in the chat. How are you? You're looking like a beauty, a true beauty. Diva, how are you? How are you? W to the B. I love that. W to the B. All right, so round bound of Zepbound. How are you? He says, happy Friday. Aren't you glad it's Friday? I'm so glad. Simply Tommy's Life. How are you? And her channel name is Simply Tommy Bites Life. I love that. All right, very good. Now, I wanted to say, Brenda answered my question here. Where is Miss Brenda? And then we'll get into the swiping of it all. Brenda says, thank you, Dee Dee. Yes, I felt like I was too low in mood, and I always share too much because of my big mouth. Thank you, Dee Dee. Friday night, date night with Downsizing Diva. Yeah, so hopefully this lifts your spirits up. But I'm going to tell you, if you were feeling doom and gloom, record doom and gloom. The last video I just released, like if you didn't watch it, go watch it after this. When I recorded that video, I was very sleepy. I ended up, and when I got to the point where I was talking about sleep, I could have dozed off, literally. So I was very sleepy. That was my mood. That wasn't my like Downsizing Diva, here mood. So I say whatever mood you're in, go with that. I think people just like you being yourself, whatever that is. So if you're not in a bubbly mood, don't record bubbly. Record how you are, because people are going to know that you're just being you. If you're in a bubbly mood, record that, whatever it is that you have going on. So I just love that. I love that. So I want to talk about something you put in that video, but we're not going to because I want people to go watch it. But I think it's a great point. It's a great point you made in that video. So are you guys ready to play swipe right or run? Like the Downsizing Diva, I'm not even swiping right. That's the problem. I need to swipe right. I'm not swiping at all, right? So I need to do that. All right, so I'm gonna I'm going to put up a scenario and you tell me whether you would swipe right, which means like you're in it, right? Even if you're married, like, you know, married people, this is just hypothetical, right? Well, you're not really swiping left and right. But, you know, I want to know, what would you do? Like, what would you do? So this is called swipe right or run. All right. So let's say, let's say you are reading this profile, you know, you're on this app because it's, you know, we're bringing it back to we're bringing it forward to 2025 where we're on these date naps, some of us, and I'm not on it yet, but, you know, eventually I will be. So he says he doesn't believe in doctors, but he gives health advice on YouTube. Are you going to swipe right or are you going to run? Now, this is somebody you potentially could be dating. What are you going to do? And that was a good question. I wonder what you guys would say to that. Wait a minute, my twins in the house. My twins in the house. Watch your mouth. Oh, remember that Jerome from Martin song? That comes in my head sometimes. All right, what are you guys saying in the chat? You said proves that when you feel foods, you attract. When you feel foods, you attract. I don't know what she means by that. Okay, all right. People are saying hello, hello, hello. Okay, okay. Mel says she's happy to have a man in the house. I know that's right. Okay, so Miss Brenda says she's gonna swipe right, then she's gonna Okay, you're running. Oh, okay, you are running. Okay, you're running. Why are you guys running? Mel doesn't know. Mel is hanging around. Tommy's running. I would tell the ladies to run. Okay, now why do you say that, Round Mile? Why do you say that? Run, 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 run. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. We love that. Hey, Jamie. Jamie is running. Okay. She said run. You think he's a liar. Jeez, Louise. Okay, you're running too, Pam. Okay. Okay, he says he doesn't believe in doctors, but he gives advice, but he gives health advice from YouTube. So yeah, it does sound a little contradictory. I agree that it sounds like he's not being so honest. So that's what I would infer from that. But we would need maybe a little bit more. Okay, what do you guys say? Michelle is running. All right, Michelle, because he sounds like an RFK. That is too funny. Jeez, Louise. I'm not sure I understood. Well, he says he doesn't believe in doctors, but he gives health advice from YouTube. So, like, he's not believing in doctors. So, I don't know. Do you think that's important for somebody to get factual, I don't know, research-based information when they're giving out information? I don't know. That's how I take it. But that's why I was asking people to explain why they said that, because I guess you could come from different points of view. All right. Okay. All right. That is too funny. Okay. So what about this one? So so we'll say if you're whatever, gender you want to insert here, you can. He watches your every bite and says, "Aren't you full already after 3 forkfuls? Are you swiping right or are you running?" He watches your every bite and says, "Aren't you full already after you have 3 forkfuls of your food? Are you swiping right or are you running?" Cookie said, "I'm running because I do believe in doctors." Okay, all right. See, that's what I said. I want somebody who's like looking at the experts and what they say. And we know, it's not an end all be all sometimes, but it's still nice to have that actual information. All right, so you guys said you're running. Okay, yeah. This guy sounds like he's going to be regulating your food. Have you ever had like a male or female try to regulate what you're eating and how much you're eating? Has anybody had that? You said run. You guys are running out of there. Darian said, "I would ask, do you want some? I could spare one bite." Okay. All right. You said he needs to watch out for my fork after that comment. So have you guys had, like, even if you're married, has your husband or your wife or your partner, have they tried to like dictate what you're eating and how you're eating it? I just wonder. He sounds broke. Watching your food intake, make sure you don't order more food, possibly. Geez, Louise, that's a good way to think about it. Okay, you're running. I feel like I would have gotten to date. I feel like I wouldn't have gotten to date mode with this dude. So you wouldn't even made it to the date mode, yeah, where you're dating him. Because I'm sure that's probably not the first time he said that. He's broke for it. You guys think he's broke? Jeez, Louise. Okay. Dear him. I'm gonna finish my food. Oh, first. Okay. Right in front of him. Okay. All right. You're gonna finish that food right in front of him. How about you don't want dessert, do you? Yeah, order something else. Well, have you guys ever been out and and you saw somebody and they were on a date and they were ordering everything like and the guy was looking kind of like, like, what is this lady doing? And she's ordering an appetizer. She's ordering 2 or 3 appetizers. She's ordering this, that, and the other. And a lot of times when I see somebody doing that, I always wonder, is that their first date and she's trying to order everything she can? Now, guys might do it too. I don't know. But I'm just looking at it from that perspective. I just think that's kind of funny. Running because he may not be on top of his health. Okay. All right. So that's a good perspective. Okay. Yes, that's why I have such a poor relationship with food. My mother and my grandmother. Okay. All right. So they were saying that to you, like, don't finish your food. Don't take. I had the opposite where they were saying, eat everything. Jeez, Louise. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Mel was thinking the same thing as Charles. Okay. Bellflower is running too. No, I had a pretty effective vetting process when I dated online. Okay, do tell, because your girl needs to know. What is your vetting process? Run it because you are not my dad. Okay, I know that's right. I'm gonna excuse myself. Oh, okay, for the restroom, and you're ditching him. I love that. I would have thought, why? What did you see in it? Okay, all right, all right. Okay, all right. So, all right, here's the next one. Let me see. Miss Brenda said, it was the opposite. I had to eat everything, and food was reward and punishment. Yes, we had to eat everything too. My grandmother was a big stickler, but remember, I always say she used to make those pancakes one by one on not Sundays because we'd be in church on Saturdays. She would make those, stand at her stove and make the pancakes, and when you told her you were full, then that's when she stopped. So you could eat however many. No one ever counted, and that's when I believe I started stretching my stomach out. And it was all done, in just the most loving way. But, now we know better. All right. So what about this one? Ooh, you were dating somebody and it's on and popping, right? You're getting it. Well, you're getting to know him. He calls your Mounjaro, Zepbound, Wegovy, Ozempic a miracle shot, and he insists you really didn't work for it. You really didn't work for that weight loss. Now, what if you're in deep? What do you do? What do you say? How do you handle that? So let me set it up again. So he calls your Mounjaro, Zepbound, Ozempic, or Wegovy shot a miracle shot, and he insists that you didn't really work for it. What are you gonna do? You're dab smack up all the way up in it, and I don't mean literally. So are you going to swipe right or are you running? What are you doing? I'm out of there. I am out of there. Now, you know what? I think it's hard though if he reveals this after you're like invested, right? Or she, after you're invested, if they reveal it when you're invested, it's going to be hard. But if I don't have strength, anything that's holding me down, can't nobody hold me down. Oh no. I got to keep on moving. I'm out of there. I am out of there. Okay, so what are you guys doing? All right, Pamela says she's running. Okay, all right, run, and he's gonna miss the best cardio night. The best cardio night of his life. Well, all right now. He's run. He's ignoring. Okay, run. Everybody's running out of here. Wait until said we are in D. You're running. We aren't in that deep anymore. Yes. That's just if you did have like the hots, that's just gonna cool things right on down, isn't it? He's Delula. Yes. Okay, what about this one? So you met on this app, right? And so, you met this guy. He looked up GLP-1s before your first date. And now he thinks he's your endocrinologist. Now he wants to be your doctor. He's telling you to do this, do that, do it this way, do it that way. What do you do? So he looked up the GLP-1. So he has made himself knowledgeable, or herself knowledgeable about it. What are you going to do? What do you do? It could be helpful. What if he's helpful about it? I don't know though. What do you guys think? You said, okay, you're running. Simply Tommy said, I'm out. If it's him over my shot that's helping me, see you don't want to be. Yes, I agree with that. Sounds like a dialogue since you're in deep. Yeah, see, it's hard. People stay together for worse things. Like, some men have and women have cheated and done other things, and people hang around for that. So that's why I say if you're in deep, it's going to be just harder to walk away. But a lot of people say, I am stuck to this GLP-1 like Velcro. There is no splitting us apart. So something has to go, and it's not going to be the shot. Round mouth. That's the conversation. If something has to go, guess what? It's you, because my GLP-1 is here to stay. That is so funny. I could really see people saying that too. Yes, if you're in deep, male, okay, you're running. Depends on how he approaches it. I think so too. Am I zero? Ooh, okay. You're so funny. Okay, people are running. She says swipe seems he's careful and it's helpful. Okay, so you think he's careful and helpful. That's a way to look at it. I would not just run. Okay, all right. I think he can be helpful. I think if he's like giving you advice with some kind of like snarky kind of attitude, then maybe you gotta let him go. She says thank him and ignore him. The recipe, the recipe for the perfect relationship. I know that's right. Ask him if he stayed at the Holiday Inn last night. If not, hush. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Sing it with me. If your girl starts acting up, then you take her, her friend. Oh my goodness, that is too funny. All right, so what about this one? Ooh. So you're going on this date. So if you were, whatever your preference is, you're going on a date with him or her, whatever, right? And they invite you over for dinner, and you're thinking you're getting this big spread. And guess what your dinner is? Celery juice and a smoothie or a smoothie. What are you gonna do or say? Are you just drinking that smoothie and keeping it moving? Are you drinking the fruit, the veggie juice and keeping it moving? Or are you saying, hey, where's my steak and potatoes? Or where's my steak and broccoli? What are you saying? I don't eat steak, so I would be like, where's my salmon? So what are you doing? Because I can see a scenario of if a guy really thinks that, or a female, if they think they're really helping you out and they're doing something good for your health, that this could really happen. What would you do? What do you think you would do? Let's see. She said, "Isn't that how it goes anyway?" You would look up his drugs and ask him if he's ready for advice from you. All right, Kate, you are not playing. Okay. And if your man starts acting up, and then you take his friend. That's so crazy. Okay. You'd have a discussion. Okay, good. I'm drinking my juice and relaxing. Okay, Michelle. She's like, that's not breaking this up. Love it. Exactly how deep in are we? Because apparently he does not know me that well. Okay, all right. Yeah, he didn't have the meat. Where's the meat? Where is the beef? Remember that commercial? Where's the beef? Drinking and moving until I get home and eat when it's not around, when he's not around, if I'm still hungry. So you're just gonna act like everything is everything. And then when you get home, he's gonna call you and be like, "Did you make it home?" And you're gonna be like, "Yeah, but I'm eating my steak." Yeah, I'll call you back once I finish eating. He's gonna be like, "Why didn't you tell me you were hungry?" Right. I have actually been in that situation before. I used to be a serious gym rat myself and dated a few gym bros. And you would go to their house and that's all they had was the celery juice and the fruit smoothies. Jeez, Louise. Okay, all right. Now you know I've dated some guys that have been like to cook, but they've never done that. Like had the something like that. It always had like meat, potatoes, a spread. All right, so you guys, some of you guys are running. I'll drink the juice and move and move forward. Okay, you guys are so funny. You said take the juice and run. Well, she said I'm a drink that juice and keep it moving. It's perfect. Okay, I'm not saying nothing. When I get mad, I get quiet. He's gonna. So you mad? You showing up and it's no food. Drink the juice, anime. You know. So I can just see the scenario seriously happening. Some of you guys gonna be going home hungry from a date. Geez Louise, y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all follow folks online, whoever the wrong Darian. And he said, y'all ain't left yet. He said, y'all gonna sit there and drink that juice and be all right with it. And that's okay, dear. And we're gonna make a plate when we get if you don't know me by now. But you know what? I can see like one of those gym rat type of guys. And if that's you, don't get offended because there's a place for us all. But I can see them like really like coming up thinking they're really doing like, like doing something good for you. I'll say I'm full. I didn't know we were doing this. You guys are all so nice. Jeez, Louise. The giggles. My body doesn't run. I have to go with Miss Brenda. What are you saying? Oh Lord, have mercy. That tickled me. Steering you pro. Oh my goodness, he is too funny. Dario, he just Dario, oh gosh, that is too funny. I'm hot and bothered up in here. Jeez, Louise. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. that was known as the detox date. The detox date. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Oh, okay. So what about this one? Ooh, okay. What if he asked you, can you film what I eat in a day videos with him? Is that a good date for you? Are you gonna swipe right or are you running? I don't know. I don't even really feel that film that many what I eat in a day, but maybe if somebody was wanting to do that with me, maybe I would. What would you guys do? What would you do? Somebody wanted to film a what I eat in a day video with you. What are you doing? Are you doing it? Are you doing it? Are you not? Mel and Darian, are you guys going back and forth in this chat? Oh, Kate said I've been on a lot of toxic dates, so might as well enjoy a detox. I love that. So what are you guys doing? You said nah, swipe right. Okay, all right. I'm getting dehydrated from crying, laughing so hard. Yes, I am too. Like, geez, Louise, that you guys are just so funny. So you're down with that? Okay, all right. Like, why clout chasing much? So Mel thinks he's clout chasing. You'll swipe right. Okay, I feel like that is past the swipe right or left. Probably so, right? It's a little bit more. It says the second date. So you're on that's the second date, not the first date. So that's a little kind of too soon to be making those kind of videos, though. By the way, am I the only one who likes green juices? Seriously, though. No, I do. I like them too. You know, you could buy this green juice. It's so expensive. Um, you can buy it in Whole Foods. It's like a celery, whatever kind of concoction. And the only thing I don't like is you could tell it's real and raw. You know, they have a juice bar where they make the juice too. And I guess these ones are pre-made, but you know how the it settles at the bottom, and that just for some reason grosses me out. But once I shake it up, I'm fine. But I don't need to see it looking like that for some reason. Okay, I'm doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. She says, if he knows your routine already, okay, very good. So some people are swiping. This is okay. I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting tired from all this. And you're still nope, I don't want him all up in my journey like that, especially so soon. Yeah, it does seem a little soon, you know. I mean, geez, Louise. Well, he would have a YouTube channel, I suppose. Would you date someone? That's a good question. Would you date someone with a YouTube channel? Okay, would you guys date someone with a YouTube channel? I'm going to answer that for myself. That's a great question, Kate. K to the A to the E to the E, K to the A to the T to the E. Okay, so would I date someone with a YouTube channel? I probably would. I think I would. I think I would. So if you got a YouTube channel out there, and I'm just joking. So yeah, I probably would. I don't know. I don't know though. I want my man to be kind of my man to be kind of low key. If you're a YouTube person, so then would he want to date me? Because am I low key? Do you guys think I'm low key? Am I considered low key if I'm on YouTube? So that would go against my rule of not being able to reciprocate something, right? Because whatever I'm expected, I can give. So I would have to get off YouTube then. Jeez Louise, I'm swiping goodbye. I don't know. I'm not dating somebody on YouTube. Are you guys though? That's a great question. And then for the people that are married, what if your husband or your wife said they want, or your partner said they wanted to go on YouTube and start a YouTube channel? Would you be down for it? I want to be down with what you're going through. Would you be down for that? I want to know this. That's a great question. But it's also too soon for me to bring up my YouTube life, LOL. So I don't think it would be odd for them to say I would film one with you if you were talking about it. Yeah, I don't think so. It's odd either. I just don't know if I would do it. Wait, I thought we were still in deep. Okay, so if you now if you're in deep, you probably would do it. I don't know. Would you? I like the green juice. Me too. I can't have the green juice. It makes my sugar drunk and my body hates me. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't realize it's a new one. Okay, yeah, this is the new one. MVP, exactly. Like, dude, I'm not even online. I'm demure. Okay, so Pamela said, why not? But you know me, I drink them for breakfast, so dinner I'd be hangry. Yes, yes, yes. I don't. Yeah, me too. Is it Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast. Oh, Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast. He's dating someone, and I think she's involved in his whole YouTube world. So he is, and he will. You know, if I was answering for Mr. Beast, Kate, I would say yes. But he does make YouTube videos. Yeah, he's doing it. Okay, you would, Keisha. Okay, sure I would, but that doesn't mean I want to be up in your YouTube like that. Not at this time. Okay, all right. Ruth said it depends. Darium said, now, oh, this is interesting. I would not date someone with a YouTube channel. I can't take you being born in person. What is wrong with you? What is wrong? He said, I can't take you being, oh my goodness. He said, I can't take you being, jeez, Louise. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. You guys are funny. Dee Dee, nope, you're high key 4K plus follower. Okay, okay. All right, I'll take that. My husband has a YouTube channel and a few hundred subscribers. What? Go hubby, go hubby, go hubby, go hubby. Now, what if he just blew up? You probably would like that because you guys would be doing even better. Oh, so yeah, that is so cool. All right, so we got somebody in here. You got a YouTube. So does he put videos up often, or is it just sporadic? I didn't even think I had a problem with YouTube. You said I don't think I have a problem with YouTube, but does he use it to meet women? Great question. I was thinking that was kind of like my first thought when I was thinking like, can he be using this to like meet women? But yeah. I want my husband to start a YouTube channel. He would get monetized in a day. I didn't ask permission to start one. I just did it. Now, why do you say he would get monetized in a day? Let us know. Do tell. Do tell. Depends on the content and how profitable it would be. All right, yeah. All right now. That's right. He got Mr. Beast money, so then there's that. I'm just saying, says Mail to the Beast. Darium is a mess. He is a mess. Okay, you guys are laughing. Darium, if you date a YouTuber and they have boring content, would you tell them be supportive or mind the business that pays you? Good question. Jeez, Louise. All right, so what would you guys do? What would if he was if why would you I don't feel like I would say anything because why would I? I would just kind of mind my business. And watch. I guess I would still watch. And they have boring content. So you must think people got boring content. Whose boring content have you been hanging around, Darian? And don't say the Downsizing Diva channel. Tell us somebody else because I can see you saying that. Darian, he doesn't ask. I won't tell. Okay, all right. Darian, what's boring to me may not be boring to others. So true. And you know what? If it's a good looking somebody, I can be bored just watching. Mounjaro journey with Pam. How are you? She says hello. Just joined in as I was doing. Oh, you're doing the lunch challenge. I have the TV on and the video showing the live. LOL. Okay, come on in. Come on in. Wait a minute. We got my girl Bev in the house. Bev, she says, hey, DD and family. So, Bev, this question is for you. Would you date a YouTuber? Would you date somebody that was on YouTube? What would you do? If he's making money off of it, it's not boring to quite a few people. So no. Yeah, so yeah, that matters. Um, you already know what I do, Darium and Shay. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So, let's see. Pamela said, "Well, I just told my hubby, should I add a playlist with his biking in the mountains?" Okay, so the people that are married. So Brown Mound, you never said, or did he? Like, what would you do? Would you want your wife to start her own YouTube channel? What if she wanted to do that? Would you be supportive of it? What would you do? And his e-bikes do it. Okay, the mountain biking. Okay, very good. So it's good. It could be all in the family because you got your grandson doing stuff. Surprise, surprise. Beverly, what is she saying? So yes, I would, just as long as he's tall and handsome. That's why I say, dear, if it's boring content, but he's good to look at, I might have to suffer through it. Suffer through it. Jeez, Louise, I'm wishing I was on your live tomorrow about menopause too. I'll stay tuned in case you want me to invite. Mounjaro journey with Pam. You know, we got this live kind of locked up, but you got to come on and do an interview. What is going on? And then we'll have other things so we can talk about that. You are so funny. She is like, oh, honey, I'm getting on that live. Oh goodness. Hello, Dee Dee and Dating Advisors. Okay, so what? Miriam, you are too funny. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the reminder. Pamela, I think you should do the biking playlist. Okay. So what about though this like even this Friday Night Live, YouTube doesn't really push this out and I try my darndest to connect it to like a GLP-1 and dating. But I don't think that that's a big topic yet. Now, maybe like years from now, it'll be like a huge topic. Maybe we'll have like a dating show or something about GLP-1s. Who knows? Don't take my idea out there, everybody. So, but I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying? So a lot of YouTube doesn't really push these videos out because I don't think this is big on the search engine, like GLP-1s and dating. So if you're putting biking up on your playlist of weight loss, I don't know. Do it and see how it goes. But they always say YouTube doesn't push out stuff like that, so I'm not sure. Okay, I've been trying to tell her to do it. Have you really? Okay, all right, very good. Okay, we like that. Okay. So somebody married people don't mind at all. So it must be a single folks. Like, what's up with the single folks? Who's single in here besides Downsizing Diva? That's like even having to think about it because they want their spouses to be like up on here. What about you, Pam? She says, my hubby doesn't really know how to create a channel, but he makes great videos and posts them to Instagram. Okay, you have to show him how to make the YouTube videos then. You have a start in the making, Round Mountain Zepbound. She'll have some subscribers waiting. Yeah, so, of course, we're going to all support. I love that. Wow, YouTube is not showing the Pammy part. Weird. Okay, of your name. It's Dear. She's an artist and a fashionista. I love the fashionista of it all. Okay, very good. Okay, Beverly says she's been, busy dealing with life. It's just life is life, right? Sydney, how are you? She says, hi, Dee Dee. I love your hat. Thank you. Thank you. I said, Sydney, this is probably the last time I'll be able to wear this hat, like this seasonal kind of hat. How about that? We will miss you enormously. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Nora. She says, I'm here. I'm here. Okay, very good. All right, so let's see. It was if it was your spouse, it might be different. Okay. Why do you say that, Mel? You're single and not ready to mingle. Well, I am the same way, Michelle. I thought I was single and ready to mingle, but I'm realizing I'm not ready to mingle. Is anybody else in here single and ready to mingle? Because I'm single and kind of not. Michelle and I sound like we're on the same page with that. I've always heard that if you're doing different genres, you should have different channels. Otherwise, the algorithm gets messed up. I'm not a YouTube guru. This is what I've heard in these YouTube streets. And you know what? I found it to be true. Remember when I was talking about my stocks and, and I still have those videos, those lives. I have saved them. And when I was talking about the stocks like months and months ago, those videos didn't get pushed out a lot. And I'm pretty sure we confused the heck out of YouTube. Because just imagine, you're trying to find an audience. Now, a lot of people who are, to me, health and wealth kind of go hand in hand in a way. And so, not in a way, it really does. And so, I thought YouTube would surely pass this along to some people. But when I go on my investment channels that I watch, I never see any weight loss, anything. Like it's all just finance, stocks. Yeah, it's not. So I get it. So I do believe that. But somebody could prove the algorithm wrong. All right. So Mel says she's single and she's already mingling. All right, Mel to the B. I mean, biking is not far removed from weight loss. So that the biking is not far removed from weight loss. So that's true. So Hartrine is e-bike, and I think a number of people show the other things that they do to support their healthy lifestyle. So yeah, you know what? The biking could go into it, but she said it was like her husband, like her husband who's not really doing what she's doing on her channel. So I don't know. It would be interesting. It would be interesting to see what they would do with that. Okay. All right. So single and ready to mingle. Single and ready to mingle. Okay. All right. Okay. So let me see. Okay, so single and looking, but not touching. So I'm single and looking too, but not just quite ready to mingle. I think that's what it is. Okay, maybe let's do one more. And then I have some questions about this topic. Okay. This is a good question. What if somebody asked you that you were dating? What if they said, you look amazing? What were you doing before the shot? What if somebody said that to you? You look amazing. What were you doing before the shot? What is your response? Are you swiping right, or are you running? And tell me why. What do you think? Okay, so Mel says she's not touching, but going out for sure. Haven't met a worthy suitor for me. Okay, very good. So Mel says, You need to hear his tone. Okay, all right. Okay, that's a good point. You look amazing. What were you doing before the shot? Hey, Anissa, how are you? Come on in, come on in. Anissa, we're asking if a guy or a girl, whoever, a partner, whatever, if they said you look amazing, what were you doing before the shot? How would you take that? What would you say? Would you swipe right or would you run? All right, you said, oh, Miss Brenda said I was eating. And now you're drinking celery juice on a day. Ooh, that celery juice on a date, it just tickled me. Jeez, Louise. I think it's a fair question if you're sharing your journey. Okay, all right, very good. Okay. I would say losing my minute by minute. Okay, okay, I love that. Okay. Let's see. I may be a bit naive when it comes to the dating scene. Yeah, you've been probably married so long, and that's okay. And I will say, a lot of people that are married, the dating scene is so different now. If you've been married, I would say for over 15, 20 years, it's a big difference. It really is. It's not like you almost need like new school advice. The old school advice, some of it works and some of it's universal, but some of it it's the new school. I show him my pics before the shot. He might be like me. He might like me more. Okay, with a little thickness. Okay, all right, very cool. I love that. You said then you're running. Say I was looking amazing in plus size. Okay, very good. I love the confidence. It depends on how he asks the question. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Keisha's running. She's out of there. I would say I was there. Where were you? Oh, you're coming back with the sarcasm of it all. Show the before pics and see what happens next. That's a great strategy. I was thinking that too. Like, I almost want to show him what I look like before and see what he would say. Because a lot of us are going to run into that, right? A lot of us are going to run into that. All right. She says, me too, Miss Brenda. That's a great point. All right. Very good. So, so that's a question. And I know we've talked about this before, but what would you guys do? How soon would you tell someone, or would you reveal that you're taking a GLP-1? Like, would you reveal that to someone? And I know some people who even are married who said they had a hard time telling their spouse. What do you think you would do? Kate said Cookie wins that round. um, I was doing the same thing I'm doing now, looking for right. Bye. Bye. I love that. That is too funny. She said Cookie wins that round. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. So what would you guys do? What do you think you would do? Um, if you're in a dating situation, would you reveal you were on the GLP-1? Is that something you would ever say? Would you ever tell somebody you struggled with weight if they didn't know now? And I've heard people say like they've been in a situation where they start having, remember the guy who talked about all the hanging skin, even from a guy's perspective, the loose skin and everything, and being embarrassed about that to get undressed in front of a female. I mean, that just would have to be like it's tough. It's tough. I bet you that's also emotional too. Okay, all right. I would replace GLP-1 with any other med. How and when are you telling them? I wear an insulin pump, so my medical self is pretty upfront. Yes, and I think that's a great point because we've talked about this before on this Friday Night Live, and people have said, you know, would I tell them I was taking any other medication? And you probably would not, right? Are you revealing all that you're taking, and how far in are you revealing it? Yeah, I don't think it needs to be. I don't think it needs to be said at all. I don't really think so, but what do you guys think? Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about that. I believe I will tell him my man won't care. Okay, man, very good. I love that. She's being transparent. Okay. I would after a while into the relationship. Okay. All right. All right. Eventually, yes. Okay. I would tell him once it gets to the point where it comes up organically, but not just throwing it out there. I like that. Very good. I would once if he was worth your time. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, very good. I don't think I would volunteer any medical history. Okay, all right. Me, I don't think I would either. My health chart would be something I would discuss pretty deep into a relationship, kind of like when you're going to make them your emergency contact. Okay. All right. I love that. You said I talk about weight, but I wouldn't be quick to reveal my meds. Okay, all right, very good. Okay, all right, I love that. I'll tell you when my daughter started dating after divorce and after she had a gastric bypass, 280 pounds. Now she's down to 145, and he made a rude comment about her loose skin. She had a mommy makeover after that. Wow. Okay. Wow, that is crazy. So did she continue to date him? Probably so, because it sounds like she was locked in, but I don't know. Maybe not. I did run into that situation about my coworker wanting to know how I lost weight. I wasn't able to come clean and let them know I was on a GLP-1. Told them it was 10K steps and no eating after 6. So were you also doing that too in addition to the GLP-1 or no? I love that. You're like, and that's such an honest answer. I love it. I love it. Like that you're telling us that, not that you told them that, but that you're telling us. Because I think a lot of people have done that and just maybe they haven't told us. I just didn't feel comfortable to tell them. Okay, all right, very good. Eventually, I want to know what he's on. Okay. Okay. So that's why you're saying you wouldn't mind sharing. It took me months to tell anyone I'm on a GLP-1. I made my husband swear to secrecy at first. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. So what? So you didn't want your family and friends to know, or your family and friends? It was a particular person. Okay. You said yes, you will tell them no secrets. Okay. Very good. I love that. Okay, exactly, Mel. And it's not like I could really hide it from him since I'm sharing my journey on YouTube. Yes. I mean, mine is all up in the fridge. He sees me shrinking, but as far as someone not at the top of this discussion, it may come up later when we get into the real medical history of it all. I'm adding the of it all. Okay. All right. So you said mine is all up in the fridge and he sees you shrinking. All right. So the people that are married, what was your spouse's um initial response to you taking the medication? Like, what did they say? What did they do? Are they like, babe, don't do it? Or they were like, okay, I'm supporting you, whatever. Did they have a million questions? Like, do tell. She found a much better boyfriend, a doctor at that wedding. Yes. Okay. Very good. Very good. I love that for her. I would share it after a while in a relationship. I feel comfortable, but I really don't care what anybody thinks about it because I'm doing it for myself. No one else. Well, all right there, Miss Bev. I heard that. All right. So you said, I told my husband immediately my doctor prescribed it and he's been very supportive. I won't give out unsolicited information to someone I'm not in a relationship with, though. Yes, I agree. Okay. You told your husband immediately when your doctor prescribed it, and he's been very supportive. I love that. I wouldn't give out, right. Yeah, just telling folks you're on it just to be telling folks, I don't know that I would do that either. I'm such an open person that several coworkers know already, LOL. Yes. Well, people know I'm on YouTube too at work. And I've told some people, because the follow-up question is, what are you doing? Like people might make a comment and then they'll ask, what are you doing? So it's almost like, you kind of have to, you don't have to, but decide, like, am I going to tell or not? And what am I going to say if I tell or not? I don't know. I won't tell I didn't want anyone to know. I was feeling strong enough for the judgment, and the weight is so sensitive to me. Okay. And that's totally your right not to share it. I think that's totally fine. And if you ever, feel like you want to tell people, great. But if not, it's your business. Okay, all right. So Mel says, thank you for the super chat. She says, I'm excited about the hormone therapy and all the other things I'm doing. I don't mind chatting it up. Okay, so you would share that with the guy, like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Okay, all right, Mel, thank you. Great perspective. Okay, all right. So Mel says she's okay, all right, Mel. Love it. Okay, Keisha is smiling there with her heart. With my luck, we might run into a friend of mine and they say, Cook, you look great. You've lost a lot of weight. That's right. I know. Me too. Me too. I feel the same way. Your spouse was pretty excited to learn about it. He's even asked for your Wednesday weigh-in. He thinks he sees changes such as working out more and more energy and no weight loss. Very good. All right, all right, all right. So he's asking about your weigh-ins too. I love that. It sounds like support to me. My husband mentioned the GLP-1 to me about 6 months ago before your doctor convinced you to try it. My husband was concerned about my health because I was really declining. So he introduced you to it or mentioned it to you. Okay, I love that. Very good. Okay, so you're saying you're opening about it now, and your profile pic is everything. It looks great. Great pic. Mine was for diabetes, but he was supportive of me getting weight loss surgery if I felt like it was the best thing for me to do. And it was all of my metabolic issues at that time. Okay, very good. So another supportive spouse. I love it. Mel, my age comes up. They always think I'm younger, that they walk away after true age comes up. You never get a chance to share the shot list. Oh my goodness. That is too funny. So how old are these men that are walking away because they think you're younger? I don't even tell the wait staff at restaurants when I ask for a to-go box ahead of time. I haven't received the judgment part. If anything, I learned half my neighbors were on name brand or compound. Yes, I think so many people are on it. Have you guys seen, this is allegedly, because I don't know if you could say this or not, but have you seen that, because it's medication, right? But have you seen that Janet Jackson has slimmed down? Now, I know my girl Janet, I just love Janet. And I know she's been known to slim it down, right? She could take off that weight, but she just, as soon as these GLP-1s became a thing um, the world was talking about, my girl slimmed right down. And I said, I wonder if she is so super slim. I said, I wonder, is my girl taking that uh, medication? What is she doing? Whatever she's doing, it's her business and she looks good. But to drop so fast like that, it just makes me wonder. But again, this is somebody who could really drop weight when she wants to. But I just think she had gotten chunky. She wasn't really doing a whole lot. She was doing those tours and she was huffing and puffing. And I don't mean in a bad way, but she wasn't doing the same thing. I've seen Janet in concert so many times, but I could tell, when you age, you could tell it's a difference. She's not moving as much. Her dancers are moving more. And I just wondered if she took that GLP-1 and said, I'm about to get back out here. Like, I got to keep up with the ladies, the young folks out here. She looks good. She looks good, but she looks very, very thin. Okay, so Brenda said, I don't care now. I needed time to adjust and learn about what I was taking. Very good. I love that. My husband hates that I'm taking it because he's fearful of what it may reveal in the future. Okay, and I had my friends and family have said that too. So that's why I want to interview people who've been on these GLP-1s for a long period of time. So when they go back and look and they, make a comment, I can refer them to like this person's been on here. Now I've been on for 20 months. So I'm going to be able to refer to myself. But the further we go out, we go out. That's why hopefully, and I know they're working on studying people who've been on this for a long time, because I think that data and information is going to be so helpful. It's going to help people have these difficult conversations. Okay, interesting. I'm approached by the youngins as well. I usually date married younger. Okay, very good. Yeah, me too with the younger guys. Let's see. Thank you. Okay. Kay, I would hope your friends would be more subtle in front of a date. Okay, well, yeah, you don't know. I'm letting everyone here know that you already know I'm in love with your husband. She's in love with your hubby. All right. Okay. My spouse was supportive at first, but then he had to deal with the snide comments. But then you had to deal with the snide comments. You had to deal with the snide comments from your hubby. Can you tell us what they were? Is it really bad? Okay, Dee Dee, usually they are in their mid 40s and I'm 52. Okay. See, I even have younger guys in their 30s, early 30s, late 20s. I'm like, you could technically be my son. I didn't know you were a cougar. Yes, 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 yes. That's so funny. Okay, so we didn't know much about Mounjaro back then, 8/20/23. He just tells me whatever I want and to be healthy. Do whatever you want and to be healthy. I love that. I love that. That's support, right? And I think if somebody is not saying that, it probably is more concern than anything, I would hope. I met up with a very good friend in DC last week, and guess what? She's on tirzepatide. Like, seriously, a lot more people are on or have taken GLP-1s. Yes, and I think people are very hush-hush about it because they don't want the judgment. And we just happen to be on YouTube, so we're out here sharing it. My spouse knows, but I don't tell people because I don't want to deal with educating folks. Yeah. And you have that too. Hi, everyone. Hello, my name, twin. Shay, how are you? How are you? I'm trying not to be so loud because of my daughter. The other night she was in bed, Wednesday night, she was in bed at 8:30. And I think because I was so loud, well, I know because she told me she couldn't sleep because I was so loud. I was loud. So when she, how like you turn over, I guess like whatever I was saying at the time caught her little attention, but that's okay because when I get off this live, we're both going to go to bed. My poor son, he's 32 and gets asked if I am his girlfriend. He's so sweet and he takes it in stride. I love that. Oh my goodness, very good. My honey said the same as Purple Bellflower. He supports whatever I feel is safe, even back when I had gastric bypass too. And I was being negative about how my stomach isn't tight on the top. And he said, well, what did he say? What did the man say? He said, you don't have the hernia sticking out. Aww. Oh, so sweet. You guys have been married for so long. I think that is sweet because, he's just like embracing all parts. What hasn't been publicized very much, Brenda said, is that GLP-1s have actually been studied over a decade and prescribed long before all the media hype. Yes, yes, yes. So like the peptides of it all, right? Like those, yeah. But I guess giving a name to it, like the names that we know, the Zepbound, the Mounjaro, and I don't know, Ozempic has been around for a long time too. I think the celebrities were taking that way before, we knew anything about them. And then I don't know, maybe the Kim Kardashian trying to fit her, they said she got root rip, this is allegedly. But remember her waist slimmed down so much, she was trying to get in that one dress. They said she really took the Ozempic then. And people were saying, like, they used to accuse Janet Jackson of this, getting a rib taken out of her. Getting ribs taken out so she can have like those flat abs and a flat stomach and all of that. I don't know how much of that is true or not, but we are going to be talking about Kim Kardashian and the whole dating and just a topic about that, not this week, but not next week because it's Halloween. So I won't be on next Friday on Halloween. So the following Friday, we're going to be talking about, that. that situation. It's some shenanigans going on. Comments like you are losing too much weight when I was only halfway through. Okay, yeah. And you know, when people do that, I wonder, is it in a way to kind of sabotage your weight loss secretly, or is it a concern? Because people will tell you that. I'm not to the point where people are saying that, but when I get to that point, I can see it happening where people will say, and you know, sometimes I can see where people would say that, but for the most part, when people are saying that, it's a weight that they think you look good at. That's not maybe the weight you want to be. So it's kind of like them projecting, you know, what they think you should be at on you. And how dare you get smaller than some of these folks too. You got that Benjamin Button agent going backwards. Yes, Kate, Kate, Kate. So I was reminded to be grateful for all the important stuff. Oh my goodness, your hubby, I'm sorry, saw how you had to deal with comments of being too thin and he supports you. Okay, very good, very good. And you know what? You have to be okay with how you look yourself because you're going to get those comments. Isn't it funny? You get them when you're big, you get them when you're small. And I say, you know, if you're okay with how you look, then you just got to embrace that. You can't worry about what other folks are saying because you're never going to be enough. It's never going to be enough in one direction or another. It just has to be with like how you think you should look and what you want to look like. So I love that your hubby is supportive of that. Did I skip down way too much? Let's see. Okay. Aw. I had to pull out the outfit I wore on our first date and explain I was small when you met me. I'm getting back to that size. Okay, all right, very good. So is it working? Is he coming around? Do you think he's coming around? Brenda, yes, actually 20 years. Okay, all right. Brenda, yes, FDA approved GLP-1s for diabetes type 2 since 2025 or 2005, but they weren't everywhere. No, they weren't. Ozempic, Trulicity, and several others have been around. And I told my one friend, or it was two of them, but it was one that had the concern. And I was telling her that Ozempic has been around, and she still wasn't buying that. And, she was like, She said, I'm not buying that. Excuse me. So we'll see. Okay, I just read that. I'm so jelly, Kate. People used to think I was at least 10 years younger, but when I hit my 50s, looking 50. Yes, 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 yes. And and I think too, especially with me, I think, and I don't know what your situation is, but I was telling somebody I really need to start taking better care of my skin, like the skincare of it all. And I mean, like moisturizing in the day, moisturizing at night. Sometimes I don't really even care about doing all that. So I need to get better at that. That's one of the things I plan to work on. That's like one of my goals, right? My hubby has stuck with me but through thick and thin, and he just always do what makes you happy and just be healthy. He enjoys it. I could do so much more. I am sure he does. I love that. All right. Kate says my ex goes to visit our daughter at work and he's in the area. Her coworkers always think he's her husband. Wow, that is too funny. Okay, all right. Geez, Louise. Mel, yes, that's what I thought. I wasn't 100%. I knew it was well over a decade. Thank you for this. I missed what you guys were talking about. You and Mel. I think most men don't like us too thin. We just have to do what is best for our health. That would be okay. Yeah. And that's the thing. So a lot of men say that they want women who have meat on their bones. But I don't know. Sometimes when men say, I like to look at their exes. And a lot of times when they're saying these things, their exes don't fit the bill of what they're saying. All right, Mel is saying, "Oh, Nora, I'm sure you look great, lady." Are people telling Nora she doesn't look great? I might have scrolled past the comment. Oh man, to finally have stopped, I started. Okay, what's your comeback? What is your comeback? We want to know. I agree, Mel. She says their opinion is not my problem. I agree. Very good. All right, I know some folks personally go through what they deem as reverse fat shaming, clavicle shaming, and skinny shaming. You damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. Jeez Louise. And that is so true. That's why I say you just gotta kind of be true to yourself and be okay with yourself. You really have to. You got to be true with yourself and be okay with yourself. Let me ask you guys the last question because we're going into an hour and a half here. Let's see. What's a good question I can handle? I can ask you guys. Dude, well, I think I want to save this for the next time we meet when we talk about the Kim Kardashian of it all. And if you're somebody who dislikes Kim, this is not really about Kim per se. It's kind of like a learning lesson. Let me see. I think I asked. Yeah, we talked about that facing judgment. I didn't have to ask. You guys start talking about that. Let me ask you this last question, and I don't know. Maybe it's different, and maybe it's not. But is there, when you lose weight or you start to feel more confident, a lot of people have said they've lost weight and they started to feel more confident about themselves. And I just want to know, what's something you used to tolerate? And it doesn't even have to be connected to weight loss. It could be connected to like how this can be in marriages as well. What is something that you used to tolerate in relationship not tolerate now? And we're going to end on this question. What is that? And I got to think about this. I didn't think about it ahead of time. All right, you said bellflower, yes, especially in the Black and brown communities. Okay, now I'm getting chilly. I'm getting cold. I gotta turn this fan off. Jeez Louise. Getting chilly. Okay. What is clavicle shaming? That's a new one for me. Oh, okay. The question is, what's something you used to tolerate in a relationship or it could be a marriage, it could be a dating situation that you would absolutely not tolerate now? Is there something? This is so my twin. Jeez Louise. Sometimes you have to shut them down and do you. I love that. Yes, absolutely. I tell them first that, okay, what is Pam telling them? Pam is shutting them down. Pam said, I tell them first that my doctors told me, I guess she's going to be writing something else after that. Isn't that something that people look at though to see if you have really slimmed down? They look at this. Now, see, look at my neck with the thing. But sometimes it depends on the angle. I could have like stuff under here, but this is kind of wrinkly. But these, I said, geez, Louise, when I get these, now you can kind of see them coming in a little bit. Look at that. Oh man. But yeah, when you lose weight though, you can really see that. And sometimes people will say that makes you look too thin. I just kind of like, you just can't spot reduce and stuff in places. I guess that's a place where a lot of fat doesn't dwell, so it's gonna show. So you just gotta deal with it and keep it moving. I would not let them ruffle my feathers at all. She says, Kate, yep, you no longer have a double chin and you see your neck and the streamline of it all. I love how you said of it all. Isn't that so handy dandy to just say that? Of it all. Nothing at my age, I don't have the patience to put up with nonsense. Probably why I'm still single. Me too. I say the same thing, Pamela. Geez, Louise. Okay, and she says, oh, easy crabbiness. Okay, so all right, very good. Not having time for myself is so important to focus on your interests. Yes, 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 yes. And I noticed, and I don't know, I've been kind of doing my own thing here lately, but I noticed sometimes women can, and I don't know if you get caught up in this, probably not when you're in a marriage, but I know sometimes women can get so caught up when you're first dating a guy and everything is new, and you can get so caught up in his interests and what he wants to do, and everything's about him and his friends. And a lot of guys say they, at first, they like that, and then at some point they want to their space because they want to hang out with their friends and do their own thing. And a lot of times we don't let them. Now, I'm sure women do the same thing. I'm just, I date men, so I'm talking about the men of it all. So, so yeah, I just think it's like, yeah, you definitely have to have your own interests. You have to make time for yourself. And I think a man appreciates that because that allows him to miss you, even if you live together, right? Because you're off doing other things. So yeah, I love that. All right. I don't tie my past behaviors to my weight. It wasn't an issue. That side. I haven't been in a relationship since before I took the GLP-1. Yeah, and that's why I said too, when I asked a question, it doesn't really even have to tie in with your weight loss. But I do know when you lose weight and you look better, you feel better, you could be more confident, and that could play into how you're dealing with everything else. So, so that's kind of what I'm thinking there. But okay, very good. Cookie says, I haven't changed. Whatever I don't like, I don't tolerate then or now. Okay, very good. First, I would tell them that the doctors told Pam, I read that and I didn't see a part two to that. I love and miss my clavicles. We don't have time for me to go down that list. All right, all right, all right. I think as we grow older, we just stop tolerating some things in our lives and put ourselves first. I do too. I do too. And sometimes it's not about the weight loss or how you look. It's this old age or getting older. And I don't mean old age like being old, but I mean like you get older and wiser. Hopefully, most of us are getting older and wiser. That clavicle has folks losing their darn mind. Like, why? Why are you worried about my decotilage? Great live tonight. Jeez, Louise. You said that clavicle has folks losing. Jeez, Louise. Okay, thank you, Bill, for the super chat. Yeah, but they could have been talking about how big your buns were. Now they're talking about how small the skin and all the things are around your neck. It's like, geez, Louise, leave me alone. She said, "Yep, Shay, they finna shame you too." Too funny. Oh my goodness. You have to find someone that y'all can equally handle each other's level of foolishness. I love that. I love that. Very good. Okay, so Pam is finishing up here. Then I tell the doctors, I said I had to lose weight to have the hernia surgery, and then that I was getting to you see explain all that to these folks. Jeez, Louise. Kate, I know, always had that the clavicle of it all. Baby, it's crazy. That's so funny. Also, I think I'm actually 150. They think I'm less. Okay, so they think you are much smaller than you are. Gee, you're going through it, Pammy Whammy. I have 4 turkey necks and 4 chins. Are you? I don't. You didn't. I didn't see that in that video though. Brenda, did you say what date your birthday was? How could I miss that? And did I miss that? Okay, so Miss Brenda says, I was in a long time abusive relationship 3 years prior to my husband, so I tolerated a lot of verbal, emotional, and mental abuse. Oh my gosh, and I'm so glad you got out of that though. So you got out of that. So you're like a survivor, like a true survivor. Do you ever listen to that Beyonce song? I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will not stop. I will work harder. You're a survivor. We love that for you. Now, you know what? I haven't given confetti tonight, but I'm going to give you some confetti. because I just think that that is awesome. Awesome that you were able to get out of that situation and now be in a loving situation. How about that? All right, very good. Very good. She says, not bored, Miss Brenda. The clavicle bones are beautiful to some people. Yes. My husband is the polar opposite. He treats me like a beautiful lady. I love that. I love that. All right, well, let's end on that note. Let's end on Miss Brenda. And Miss Brenda, did you tell me when your birthday, the date was? How did I not know that? And then go and if you're a content creator, put your mic in the chat. I don't know if a lot of you are still in here. Perfectly, Pamela. I'm gonna call you. Let's see. What is going on? All right. So did she say when was your birthday, Miss Brenda? Let's see. I'll send you a message. Okay. All right. Bye. Go bye. Reset with Anissa. Have a great weekend. It's a Friday. Aren't you excited? You're a teacher too. You're in the education field. I know you were glad to see Friday. Friday get here. Oh, it was October 13th. Okay. I was like, how did I miss that? I don't know. Okay. All right. There is Calamity Jane. Go and check her out. Let's see. Who else do we have? In here. We got Limitless Living with Shanta. How are you? How are you? Okay, let me write this down because I always forget. I want to have this on my calendar for next year, Miss Brenda. Even though it's October 13th, it's over. Still, that's okay. You can celebrate your birthday all week, all month long, right? You still got a couple more days. So October 13th. Oh, that was okay. Miss Brenda. All right. Miss Brenda's birthday. How about that? All right. So I know, go check out these content creators and see what they're up to, what they're doing. Check in with them. Miss Beverly, I already know, honey, your birthday's on the 29th. I got you on my calendar already. All right. And so we got Perfectly Pamela. Go check out her channel. Perfectly Pamela. Yeah, I gotta get to your last video. I've started watching it and I need to go back and comment. I'm so bad with this comment because remember, I'm watching these videos on my way to work and I can't type while I'm listening. But it's just so convenient. It's so good for me to watch while I'm driving, not watch because I can't watch, but I'm listening while I'm driving. So I love that. All right, so Perfectly Pamela, see me tomorrow night. Yes, don't forget tomorrow night. Check us out, the virtual menopause party of it all. We're going to be hanging out and talking about all things women's issues. We're taking, that song, we're bringing sexy back. The women are taking their power back. We're taking our power back. I absolutely love that. I love that for us. Okay, who else do we have? We have Pammy Whammy in the house. Here's Pam. Not Perfectly Pamela. This is the other Pamela, Mounjaro Journey with Pam. Okay, so that's her. He said, I put up a really good video about menopause and your results. Okay, very good. We got to go check you out. Okay, so we'll check you out. Reset with the Nissa. Okay, all right, very good. So, and then this is the newest content creator. We got Miss Brenda Marlene is telling her story, and she is laughing. Well, I'm glad I got you laughing, Miss Brenda. So go check out her channel, and it is under just Miss Brenda, I believe. All right, very good. All right, so I will see you guys tomorrow night. This has been a wonderful time as usual with you guys. Perfectly Pamela, I'm about to dial you up, my sister. All right, love you guys. Have a good night. Happy Friday. I was going to say have a happy Friday night. Bye. Downsizing, Diva.